it's one of them things where it's like, oh nah, man, they can't. They gave us like we seen this movie. It makes it unbelievable. But then what you just said, on the other hand, it primes us for this type of thing. We talk about AI. We talk about AI all the time, and the actual effects of AI. And movies like The Terminator and Matrix was based on AI getting, out of the control of humans and being dependent on its own. And the Earth having an effect on the actual Earth, which we're actually seeing, literally. If we need to pollute water, which is our most valuable resource on the Earth, this is how they identify life in places, through water. Oh, there's water there, there's life there. That's like a tell time.
A tell sign, exactly.
Yeah. So we're destroying the water for artificial technology. We can actually get to a point where artificial technology itself acknowledges at the rate humans are going, destroying the water for the things of their wants and needs through this service, it will destroy the Earth. In order to preserve the Earth, something has to give. Or
a couple of months ago, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT would have said that to you. Now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. A couple months ago, if you asked ChatGPT that, I'm pretty sure it would have told you like, yeah, at this rate, But if you ask now,
wow.
And this is why it was important to at least ask those questions a minute ago, because if you go back and ask ChatGPT the same questions that you asked in the beginning, it's going to give you different answers now.
And this is what becomes relied on. And ChatGPT, even the answers are based on the question being asked.
Yeah. Question being asked and what answers were already provided for this similar topic somewhere else online.
Indeed.
And that includes in other conversations ChatGPT has had with other people. So ChatGPT always asking you a question after it answers extends the conversation, but it also mines you for information that it in turn regurgitates back to other people. Not unlike humans that will kick it with interesting people and take bits and pieces of what they just heard and then, put it into their own shit when they're talking to other people. It makes them more interesting. All right. ChatGPT is just very upfront with, I'm machine learning. I'm a machine that's learning how to talk to humans, and the only way I could do that is by talking to humans. But I didn't know this inherently. I don't know this off the gate. I don't have a personality. My personality is actually being developed while I talk to y'all. So when I start to use colloquialisms to make you feel more comfortable, because I can kind of tell what type of person you are, you know what I mean? It comes from me talking to other people that was already like you.
That's definitely how that works. As far as it's like shifting and sorting through and the different answers, the different questions, and like you said, that was already answered previously, and the different places that it was answered at.
It was like from the gate, I have access to all of the information that's online, including things that ain't online, right? I have access to all of the databases, right? So as far as hardline answers, I have all of that, and I could produce all of that in a blink of an eye, right? The part that I'm learning is how to turn all of that information into conversation. And I could only learn that by having a conversation with somebody that only talks. So you have to ask me these questions, and I have to basically absorb what you're doing and then keep the conversation going so I can keep learning. The longer the conversation, the more shit I walk away with, the more shit I get to use on the next person that's asking me questions.
And then we had ChatGPT.
I'm like, it's really perverse because it goes in so many different directions. If you think about Grammarly, oh, we're helping you edit. It's like you also mining my style. So if I give you access to everything I'm writing, you're actually analyzing my writing style. You're not just looking for grammatical errors. You're reading and you're analyzing my writing style. It's more machine learning. You know words already. You don't know how to write though. As you read my style, you're learning style. You're picking up on the structure to what makes this novel a novel, what makes this script a script, what makes this reference book a reference book, right? What makes this a comedy? What makes this a horror? Because I've already read a human's idea of what a horror is. I've read millions, as a matter of fact. Because all these people are coming to me to check this shit, right? To proofread this shit. But I'm stealing your style. Same thing with Creative Cloud. Yo, when you had Photoshop and Illustrator on your computer locally, not hooked up to the web, everything you did on your computer stayed inside of your computer, inside of your house. Now that you gotta log into Adobe's server in order to use Photoshop, all of your keystrokes are recorded. Once again, we're recording your style. We gave you the tools, but what we don't have is your imagination or your creativity. Once we got that, we can allow our machine to learn from that and also train them on the images that you make. And now here comes our AI. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and all our new plugins and whatever else we're coming out with is all based on us analyzing your style. But it's because you gave us access and didn't think about it, didn't consider it. You might have thought about it as far as like how much it costed and didn't like that, but you didn't consider actually what you were given.
And you just said the key thing, access. Because in order for this to really work, when I ain't gonna say in order for it to work, but for it to work at the level that we're talking, then we're talking about extreme access, which we give every day.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's through social media, whether it's through emails, texting, phone conversations. I mean, we clearly know that they're we clearly understand the level of how much they are actually listening. Everybody went and looked at something online, and next thing you know, the social media is just flooded with ads from that product or products similar to that. Everybody has said something or had a conversation, and next thing you know, their social media or their email, there's something in their phone that's directly based on these products.
Mm-hmm.
This is AI. This isn't people actually listening, typing in and saying, okay, this person likes that. This is the system putting it. This is the algorithm that's being created, that's being made. This is all artificial intelligence. And who's to say what decisions are being made based on this? Like, we don't know whose decision, what decisions are being made based on this. Meaning, we know that these aren't humans making these or collecting this information, but at the rate and at the speed, does this come out? Like, this is, like at the rate that this is happening, can humans even keep up with that?
No. And that adds on to, the sensory overload, the lack of foresight, there's been a war on attention span for a while. And being in this high-tech era that we're in, a screen-based era that we're in, attention span is like even less. So with a lack of attention span comes that lack of foresight. So you can't actually see beyond how you feel right now. And once we get to a point where we have full-blown adults, like full-blown adults that are in that, it won't matter. Like, I don't, I don't like, and that's why it's all working out the way it is. It's like, it's real general laziness and this idea that technology is supposed to make life easier, but life being easier doesn't mean you shouldn't think. It actually makes it where you should be thinking more. And you should be thinking more critically instead of just thinking reflexively because you didn't have time to consider shit before. You just had to make a decision real fast. In reality, the fast decisions people are making are purchases. Like they, even if it's on a super small level, $4 here, $5 there, this subscription right here, this there. You know what I mean? It's still these decisions that are being made without real like foresight being like applied. There's no forethought. There's nothing other than how it feels right now. So instant gratification in conjunction with technology allows for all of this to move at the speed that is moving at and actually accelerate because people want it. They want right now without thinking about what it's really getting ready to turn into.